70 million euros, and an 18-year-old talent who could change the future of Real Madrid forever. A centre-back who could arrive for free and finally solve our problems in defense. And a declared war inside the dressing room. 2 stars fighting for one spot in the starting lineup. Do you think you've seen it all at Real Madrid? Today I'm going to prove to you that our club is preparing for a silent revolution. One that could explode at any moment. But before I tell you everything, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, because here it's only hot news, just the way Madridistas like it, straight from the source and with that terrace flavor. Madridista family. Let's be real, because we don't run from the truth, our defense was a disaster last season. And that's no exaggeration. It was humiliating. That 4-0 defeat to PSG in the Club World Cup semi-final is still stuck in our throat. Anyone who saw it knows, it looked like a training match for them. Every counterattack was a scare. It was as if we had gone on the pitch without defenders, with the back door wide open. And when a club like Real Madrid takes a beating like that, there's no excuse. No, it was just a bad day. It sets off a massive red alert in the dressing room, the boardroom, and especially with the boss. And our coach, Xabi Alonso, who is smart and has lived it all on and off the pitch, knows that if we stick with the same defense, history will repeat itself. He's not the kind of man to watch the ship sink without making changes. That's why, according to Fishages, Real has already drawn up a list to reinforce the defense in the summer of 2026. But it's not just any list. We're talking about 3 big names. And the first, the number 1 target, is Ibrahima Konate from Liverpool. This guy isn't just another centre-back. He's a physical monster, the kind who commands respect just by looking at him. Fast, intelligent, with elite game reading, and crucial for Liverpool's Premier League title last season. And here's the detail that will make any Madridista smile. Konate's contract ends in a year. Which means, family, yes, there's a chance he could come for free. €0. Nothing. Not a single cent. And then you picture the scenario, a top-level centre-back Premier League champion, still at the peak of his physical form, arriving at the Bernabeu without us spending €1 on the transfer fee. It's the kind of masterstroke Florentino Perez knows how to pull off like no one else. Of course, the list has alternatives. The second name is Dayot Upamecano from Bayern Munich. Technically, he's very good with the ball at his feet, and physically he's powerful too. But, and here we need to be honest, he has some lapses that worry people, mistakes in decisive moments that can cost dearly, especially in knockout games. At Real Madrid, one slip like that and your front page news the next day. The third name is Marc Guéhi, captain of Crystal Palace. A solid guy, a leader on the pitch, very safe when playing out from the back and distributing the ball. But he has a weakness that can't be ignored, aerial play. Last season, he won only 54% of his aerial duels, while Konate won 71%. In a team that constantly faces dangerous set pieces, that can be a huge problem. And that's where Konate becomes even more of a priority. He's not just fast, strong and secure, he's dominant in the air. And with Trent Alexander-Arnold now wearing our shirt, everyone knows we'll need a centre-back who can cover his forward runs and protect the right side. Konate has already done exactly that at Liverpool, knows Trent's style of play, and knows how to compensate for his defensive gaps. The message Xabi Alonso is sending is crystal clear. He wants to close this signing before any rival makes a move. Because in the market, everyone is watching for opportunities like this, and if we hesitate, another European giant could swoop in and steal the deal. So, family, I ask you, if you were sitting in Florentino's chair, who would you bring? Konate, the French wall who could come for free? Upamecano, with his technical potential but some risks? Or Guéhi, a captain who offers security with the ball at his feet but doesn't dominate in the air? I want to see your opinion in the comments, because I read and reply to all of them. Now hold on tight, because what I'm about to talk about is about the future. Not tomorrow, not next month, but the next 10 years of Real Madrid. Our club is ready to shell out €70 million. Yes, family, 70 million, to pay the release clause of Rodrigo Moura, Porto's jewel and, for many, the biggest sensation in Portuguese football in recent years. And we're not talking about just any player. Moura is only 18 years old. 18. And he's already being treated as a phenomenon. Last season, he scored 10 goals and provided 4 assists in the Portuguese league, playing against much more experienced teams that tried to knock him down physically. And the kid stood his ground, answered with skill, and showed the personality of a veteran. But it doesn't stop there. He doesn't hide in big moments. In the Club World Cup, against some of the best teams on the planet, he went out there and made his mark, scoring a goal and showing the whole world that he doesn't feel the pressure. For someone who's only 18, that's a huge statement. I'm not here to learn, I'm here to decide. The most impressive thing about Moura is his versatility. The guy is practically a Swiss Army knife in attack. He can play as a central midfielder, left winger, right winger, second striker, and even as a number 10. He's the kind of player who gives the coach the freedom to change the system in the middle of the game without making a substitution. And believe me, Xabi Alonso loves players like that, capable of adapting and offering different solutions. And if you think this is just media hype, let me tell you, Roberto Martinez himself, coach of the Portugal national team, has already sung his praises. He said Moura is special and can mark an era in Portuguese football. For a coach who has seen and managed top-level stars, that's a statement that carries weight. Martinez pointed out that the boy at 18 has already played in Europe, in the National League, scored 10 goals, provided 4 assists, and still keeps his head in the right place. That's not common. Real Madrid's plan is very smart. The idea is to close the deal now, pay the release clause, and leave Moura at Porto for another year on loan. This way, he keeps playing, getting minutes, maturing, and at the same time we guarantee that no other European giant will come in 2026 to try to take the kid. Because let's be honest, if he has another season as good or better than the last one, Premier League clubs, PSG, and even Barcelona itself will come in full force. It's a masterstroke by the board, investing heavily now to avoid a bidding war in the future, where the price could easily go over 100 million. And let's be real. Real Madrid's track record with promising young players is enviable. Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Camavinga, Bellingham, all arrived young and are now pillars of the team. So I ask you, is it worth betting 70 million euros on an 18-year-old player who already shows talent and maturity far beyond his age? Or is it too risky? I want to see the comments flooding in, because this is one of those decisions that could define the future of the club. And to wrap it up, family, the temperature inside Real Madrid's defensive sector is rising, a lot. Those who follow behind the scenes have already noticed that a heavy battle is coming, the kind that can decide the course of the season. According to journalist Alvaro Esteban, Xabi Alonso already has an initial plan. He intends to start the season with Dean Huijsen and Antonio Rudiger as the starting centre-backs. And look, that's already a clear message. Huijsen, at just 20 years old, arrived at the club carrying enormous weight on his shoulders and still wore the shirt with incredible confidence. He didn't hesitate, didn't hide, and has already earned the status of an undisputed starter. He's a young player with physical presence, game reading, and the personality of a veteran. The confidence Xabi Alonso shows in him is no accident. He sees the boy as a pillar for the coming years, someone to shape and turn into a defensive reference. But in football, especially at Real Madrid, there's no room for everyone. If one spot is practically guaranteed for Huijsen, that leaves only one for the other big names we have in defense. And that's where things heat up. Antonio Rudiger and Eder Militao will have to fight, and fight hard for that place. Rudiger, a champion, experienced, with a fighting spirit that wins over the fans, starts the battle with an advantage. He already knows the club, has proven himself in decisive matches, and has the trust of many inside the dressing room. But we can't ignore a worrying fact: he's 32 years old and has a history of knee problems. That means that even though he's a warrior, the marathon of matches could take its toll, and any slip-up could open the door for his rival. On the other side is Eder Militao, coming back from a serious injury but with an impressive hunger. Militao knows he used to be an undisputed starter, knows he has the quality to be one of the best in the world in his position, and this is his chance to reclaim his territory. For him, it's not just about playing again, it's about regaining respect, showing he's still indispensable, and proving he can be Huijsen's ideal partner in defense. And the most intense part is that Xabi Alonso won't work with half measures in this story. This battle will be decided on the pitch, match by match. Whoever makes mistakes will lose the spot. Whoever slips up in marking, loses an important challenge, or doesn't show intensity will end up on the bench. Here, it doesn't matter about your name, salary, or history. What matters is immediate performance. Expect intense training sessions, tough duels, and even a sense of internal rivalry, always professional, but loaded with tension. Because for a Real Madrid centre-back, being on the bench doesn't just mean losing minutes. It means losing rhythm, confidence, standing within the group, and even your place in the national team. This is going to be a war of titans. On one side, Rudiger's experience and leadership. On the other, Militao's youth and explosiveness, eager to prove he's back and better than ever. In the end, only one will come out as the owner of the spot, and the other will have to get used to waiting for his chance, or hope it comes in the middle of the season. So that's it, Madridista family. We have a possible free heavyweight signing, a 70 million euro jewel who could be the next Bernabeu star, and an internal battle that promises to heat up the dressing room. Subscribe to the channel now, turn on the notification bell, and let's follow every step of this season together. This is Real Madrid, this is pure emotion, this is passion without limits.